everyone, this is Blue Cool Nux speaking. Welcome to episode 7 of Mini Logo Evolution, where we'll be taking a proper look at the company that helped me get my foot into the door for logo content. If you've been with me in my channel for long enough, or if you at least know enough about my channel's history, you should know what I'm talking about. Yes, of course, I'm talking about Media Home Entertainment. Conceived in 1978 by filmmaker Charles Band, the Media Home Entertainment and Distribution Association, or MEDA as it was named at inception, was an independent home video distributor. Due to internal conflicts, however, Band resigned from the company, I'm assuming sometime from late 1979 to early 1980, and later formed Wizard Video. In 1984, Gerald Ronson's Heron International subsidiary, Heron Communications, purchased Media and kept them holding up throughout the 80s. Media's output would later reach the Laserdisc format through Image Entertainment, who volunteered to provide distribution onto that format. Unfortunately, Media started to fall quite fast in 1990, and so they sold their properties to Video Treasures, now known as Anchor Bay Entertainment, for budget distribution in an attempt to restructure. Alas, this move did not net them enough to continue through the 90s. Media ceased operations in 1993 with Image Entertainment and CBS Fox Video, and later Fox Video, releasing Media's last titles on Laserdisc and VHS respectively. Media Home Entertainment only had 3 logos during their time, and it's these 3 that we're going to talk about today. I won't be talking about any other subsidiaries owned by Heron Communications here. That'll most likely be for another episode. Media's first logo was this. I've called it MEDA in Space, and it was used from 1978 to 1981. I have a variant where the logo simply cuts after it finishes. There is also a variant where the logo is in black and white. Now, for all we know, legitimate footage of this variant exists, but it is very, very rare. And this quote-unquote capture by Dan B, which I kid you not, is literally just an edited version of another capture of this logo by Aussie Roadshow, is probably the closest thing we'll get. Just for completionism's sake, I might as well show you this reconstruction. For 1978, this is very well made. I like how the stars flash in time with the fanfare, which is very bombastic and admittedly fitting. This is a good start. Moving into the 80s, Media introduced a new on-screen design that would be seen on the front of their releases starting in 1981. It looks like this, and I've called it Chrome Media. This logo would be officially discontinued in 1988, but it still appeared on the original VHS release of Troma's War in 1989 and on re-releases throughout the 1990s thanks to Image and CBS Fox Video. 3 versions of this logo exist. The first one we're going to take a look at is the byline list version, which was used from 1981 until 1984 when Heron Communications bought Media. I have 6 variants. One is the standard version, one is PAL pitched, one is in monochrome, One is silent. One has text reading "Still Making It Happen" with an accompanying voiceover.
Still making it happen. A major independent video cassette company worldwide. Media Home Entertainment. This year, doing astronomical business in every category.
And the last one has text reading "Exclusively distributed by" before the logo begins. This variant will be exclusively seen on VCL releases distributed by Media. The next version of this logo has a byline reading "A Heron Communications Company", although company is shortened to Co. I have a standard variant and the VCL variant. I also have this extended variant with a loud fanfare. I don't know if this is real or not. The final byline reads "A Heron Communications Incorporated Company". I have a variant where the music is in a lower pitch. I would also like to mention these two incredibly odd variants where the logo is still on a black background. One of these reads "Presents" underneath the logo, and the other has a byline reading "A Heron International Company". This is one of the most popular logos of the 1980s, and it's very easy to see why. The animation, along with the music, which has been reused from the previous logo, complement each other brilliantly. Better than the previous logo for sure, and probably one of the best logos of the 1980s. As I've mentioned previously, however, this logo was discontinued officially in 1988 in favor of Media's final logo, which I have called Segments. This logo was used from Media's twilight years until their untimely demise on September 22nd, 1993. Like the previous logo, this logo has 3 different versions containing different bylines. From 1988 to 1990, the logo had the bylines "Distributed by Media Home Entertainment Inc. and A Heron Communications Inc. Company". I have a variant where the logo is in a higher pitch, and I have a shortened version. From 1990 to 1991, only the Distributed by Media Home Entertainment Inc. byline was seen. Finally, from 1991 to 1993, only the Hearing Communications Inc. byline was seen. During this time period, the distribution notice would be announced by a voiceover or added to the logo that appeared after the media logo, which would either be CBS Fox Video or Fox Video. This version of the logo attempts to remove the media distribution notice by literally placing a black line over it. Most of the time it's not that noticeable, but in some cases it literally goes over the edge of the videotaped logo. This is, without a doubt, the laziest method of byline removal I have ever seen. Couldn't they have just re-rendered the logo without the distribution notice? Why did they have to take the unorthodox route here? Sorry for going off topic briefly, but I just had to get that off my chest. Anyway, one variant has no voiceover, but the rest do. The voiceovers are all different.
From Media Home Entertainment, distributed by CBS Fox Video. From Media Home Entertainment, distributed by CBS Fox Video.
From Media Home Entertainment. Distributed by Fox Video.
Available on video from Media Home Entertainment, distributed by Fox Video.
From Media Home Entertainment. Distributed by Fox Video.
This is a nice use of CGI for 1988. This doesn't surpass the previous logo in terms of creativity, but the animation is nicely done, the music is well composed, and it all culminates together to make a pleasurable logo from Media's final years. Overall, the logos from Media were all pretty good for their time, even if they were considered to be cheesy by some. To be honest though, a lot of logos have been called cheesy just by their animation. Remember the Agency for Instructional Television logo from 1979? When that was discovered, a lot of people called it cheesy just for its animation, when in reality it was a ton better than what came before. Seriously, the logo community needs to have better judgmental skills. But hey, be glad me and you aren't part of it. Well, that wraps up today's MLE. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Stay cool! Due to internal conflicts, however, Band resigned from the company, I'm assuming sometime from late 79. Late 79! Late 79! Come on! In 1984, Gerald Ronson's Heron International subsidiary, Heron Communications, purchased Media and kept them heddle. What? Why is this so tiny? Why can I barely read this? As I mentioned previously, however, this logo was discontinued officially in 1988 in favor of Media's. I'm cutting in and out like crazy. F you, voice mod. This doesn't surpass the previous logo in terms of creativity, but the animation is nicely done. The music, what?